Hey guys, so there has been some very cool updates from Keepa last night. They must have been super busy. I'm sure you guys have seen the update on like the monthly sales projection from Amazon that everybody's talking about, but there's also some really cool updates from in the product finder that I want to make sure that we go over, and then I'll also go over the monthly sales update just to make sure that like everything's covered. Okay. All right, let's get started. Okay, so head into the product finder. Okay, and right down here under like buy box use condition and your restricting sellers, then you'll find a whole new section here. And so this is the section that we're going to go over because this was not here. And there's some really cool stuff here and some really powerful stuff. Okay, so the first one we're going to go over is you can filter the buy box percentage for Amazon for buy box statistics. Okay, so if you read this is the buy box share percentage. Okay, and so what this is going to do, I'll show you exactly which numbers we're talking about here just to make it a little bit easier. Okay, so that one has Amazon as a seller. All right. All right. So looking at the buy box statistics, on this one you can see Amazon has won 16% of the time. Okay, so this is the number, and this area here and this page here is what all of these filters are going to be focused on. Okay, so this section here is we're going to be able to filter by this number. Okay, and say we only want to see listings where Amazon has a number that's less than, that's between this and this. Okay, so and it's not the percentage we want, it's what number we want them to have. Okay, so for example, I only sell on listings where Amazon is at 80% or less. So for me, I would say from 0 to 20. Okay, now I also want to make sure that at the 30, 90, 180, and 365 day, that carries. And so there's 305,000 products on Amazon that Amazon shares the buy box to my criteria. I also went through just to try it and did like from 0 to 1 just to see if it was like, you know, I'm sure, let's see, I wonder if you just did like zeros on this. I wonder if it'll just error out on us. Or if that will, no, okay, so I'm thinking you can just do zeros as well if you want to like have another way of making sure that Amazon is off the buy box. But really your best way to do that is just to uncheck under availability of Amazon offer. You just uncheck every box except for no Amazon offer exists. But this would be another way of making sure that not only are they not there, but they haven't been there in a year. Let me find my spot. Okay. So let's do 0 to 20. Okay. So that's going to give us some very cool stuff. Because, and I would suggest keeping this as 0 to whatever, because otherwise it's going to filter out anything that Amazon is not on, right? And so you want to make sure that like Amazon doesn't have to be on the listings to have them be what you want them to be. Okay? Unless you're specifically looking for listings that Amazon is on. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So buy box percentage, top seller days. Okay, so this is going to be whichever seller, so we'll go to the 30-day. Now, whichever seller has that highest 1%, so for here it's Candy Retailer, they have 38%. So whichever one has the highest percentage, how high do you want that percentage to be? And so we're able to now filter listings based on, we want to make sure that no single seller has more than a, for example, 50% share of the buy box. Okay. Which makes sure that the buy boxes are getting good rotation and everybody's getting a piece. Okay, so we can come back into here and say they're getting, you know, from say 1 to 50% or 1 to 25%, whatever you feel like is a good number for what you're doing. I would suggest starting with it as low as possible, but the lower you go, you know, because the lower each seller gets, the more there is for everyone to share. But the lower you go, the more, you know, the less listings you're going to have available to you. So if you feel like you're not getting enough quantity of products, then you might have to loosen these up a little bit. So I would maybe start with 25 and then move out from there. Now you're going to want to carry this all the way through, because it's for each, it's for one, like one seller. Okay. So it's not going to affect it because it's a percentage. It's not like adding anything up. Like the percentage will just grow with the amount of days. Okay. And then this last one is going to be the buy box winner count days. And this is going to be the number of sellers that have had a piece of that buy box within that period of time. Now this one is going to grow based on the number of days. Okay, so there's going to be less sellers in 30 days than there's going to be if you add up all the sellers from 90 days or all the sellers from 365 days. And I would be very careful putting a top on this one, because you might be getting rid of products that you don't mean to. But, and I was trying really hard to come up with like a usable, some way to use this one, because I really felt like this one was not as useful as the other two. And so I was like, what do I do with this? And the best uses of this that I can come up with, and here I'll show you. So what this is how many sellers, like count up all these guys over the 30 days. So this is going to be 10, and then 16, and then 16 again, and then 18 here. So you can filter and say, I only want to see listings that have less than 20 sellers over their lifetime. And so this may be useful for finding those hidden gems that haven't had like huge amounts of people on them. It also might be good for finding products that have a few people on them and have had some good rotation, that have that history, that you can say like, okay, this is a good listing. This is working. I can see it. I can see this, like, this is moving. It's working. Everybody's doing good on this. This is going to be a good bet for me and my business. So you're just going to have to kind of play with this one. And if anybody finds a way that it seems to be like this is amazing, this is just what I needed, let me know, because I haven't found that yet for this aspect of it. Okay. So those are the 3 that we have. And on this one, just make sure that you're giving extra allowance as you're moving up on this, because the days are growing. Okay. Now the other updates that I saw when I got up this morning were IP Alert has it looks like they've done some stuff with Keepa. So now when you're looking, you can actually see the IP status of different brands right here in Keepa, which is super awesome. And that's going to be really, really helpful for doing searches and different things. Now, it doesn't look like it's filterable yet. I wish it was. That would be really big. But just having it there is really awesome. So you can see like Fenty is good, and this Mariana Premium, that's what you're going to see when it's not. Okay. Now on brands that are just blank like this, that's going to show up as a generic, but on here, it's not showing up with the red mark. But just know that if there's no brand listed in the brand box, that is still going to be considered a generic listing, and that's still a no. So yeah, that has been a very, very cool update. Okay, so last one. If you guys are familiar with the Bought in the Past month, and we've had that since right before Q4, they came out with a new update for that I think will be really, really useful. So on these, if you go to any of the listings that have that Bought in the Past month available, then you'll see they have added a new graph line to this middle that used to just be the subcategories. Now, if you don't have this middle graph available, just go to where it says subranks here in green, and this is available on the extension also, and you just click on that and it'll either turn it on or turn it off. So if you don't have it, just click that and it'll turn it on, and you can see an actual graph of not just the current prices, or not just the current monthly sold that Amazon has reported, but the historical. And so as that changes, we'll be able to see, and that's what Amazon has reported as monthly sold. Now, I'm not 100% on this, but from what I believe, this is individualized, like per ASIN. So even on a parent ASIN that has a bunch of variations, this monthly sold is going to be different per variation, which is really helpful if you're not as comfortable choosing the correct variation. Then, this is just another way of helping you. Like, you should still be doing it based on review counts and that sort of thing, or review percentages. But this is another way for another data point for you to be able to check and be like, okay, yes, I am right. like this data and this data both say that this is the right choice to make. So this is very cool to have. Now, on products that don't have that bought in the last month, it'll be below, because they're below 25 sales a month. And when you go to those products, then it just won't give you that data. Okay, let me find one where it's actually giving us a sales rank, but just not giving us that data. Here we go. Okay, so you can see here, yeah, if it's less than 25 sales a month, it just doesn't provide that data. And if it used to be above, but now it's below, then sometimes you'll see where it shuts off, turns on, and then turns off again. So that can be helpful as well. So very cool stuff. Looks like they were super busy, and they have been super busy. And if you go ahead, if you have any questions on any of this, or any, ideas on how you've been using it or plan to use it that can be helpful for other people, please, let everybody know in the comments, and let's see what we can come up with for all this new stuff. There is tons of cool stuff here. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.